My name's Brian Hemesath. I'm the costume designer for Honeymoon in Vegas. I think the challenge of the show was to take what we all wanted to have as more of a nostalgic look at Vegas and sort of idealized Hawaii and idealized New York and make it contemporary and sort of marry those two things. So the Vegas aspect of it ended up having a little bit more of that sort of Rat Pack 50s feel to it than current day Vegas would. So they're a little more covered up, which I think the dancers enjoy. Being able to jump from place to place really helped us a lot with being able to tell the story of Jack and Betsy as they move from their comfort zone, completely out of their comfort zone, and find themselves back together in a place where they're actually maybe a little better able to handle things that are coming their way. I think it was definitely a challenge with designing Vegas to be iconic enough that people would recognize it, and you know, it sort of has become synonymous with sleazy and cheesy. But I also think that there's kind of an affinity for Vegas especially through America. And I think being able to try to pull bits and pieces that are really important signature looks for that was sort of where we started with it. So these are the showgirl costumes. They are bedazzled, but not overly bedazzled. We did a lot of sequins rather than rhinestones on them to give it just a little bit more tacky quality to it. These are the showgirl headpieces. Rodney Gordon made these for us, which are kind of awesome because they have these neoprene tops on them, so they can pin them in really securely, and then this just kind of pops down over the back and gives you a really secure headpiece because they've got a lot of dancing to do. Sapphire de la Tour, the lady who plays the harp with her breasts. These are her hands. They do all the magic. So these are the card girl headpieces. It's pretty much all they wear. This and a sparkle bra and panties. I mean, I did a lot of subway research of just sort of surreptitiously taking photos of people and then going online and finding actual images. Yeah, it was fun to sort of be like, oh yeah, those people are always in my neighborhood and I know exactly who they are. So the through line of the whole story is this sort of flashback from Tommy Corman, who is Tony Danza, seeing Bryn O'Malley. She looks just like his ex-wife who has passed away from skin cancer. We have a flashback so that everyone in the audience will be able to recognize that this is why he is so enamored with her. So we wanted to make sure that it was really very clear. So what we ended up doing was we came up with this pseudo Betsy look that would have been from maybe the early 80s. And we ended up making a swimsuit, printing screening fabric and making a swimsuit out of the same fabric as the dress that Betsy appears in the first time we see her in Las Vegas, so that we can all draw the comparison that Tony has. Tony's ex-wife was slightly less classy, but no less hot. I did know about the movie. I thought the movie was great, and Andy Bergman, who is the writer for this, wrote and directed the film. And when we were in pre-production and talking about all this, he said, you know, I always believed that this should be a musical, even when he was doing the movie. And so it was kind of amazing to see just how really all of that fit together. I mean, flying Elvises and showgirls, you can't really go wrong. We did an out of town at Paper Mill where we learned a little bit about lights. Elvis is lighting up. Only one Elvis lit up out there, but here they all light up to varying degrees. And just having an electrical circuit in a moving body in one of the hardest dance numbers of the show is, it was a learning curve. We learned a lot about how to make that something that could actually function 8 shows a week rather than just turn on and off once. The Elvises have a couple of different ways of lighting up, but this Elvis and Rob's Elvis both have a handheld light up which turns on, and they have tricks that they can do in between, but it fits into your hand just like this, and then they're able to sort of conceal what's happening with it. So this is one of the tricks that it does. This one is just the random, and then you turn it off, turn it back on, it's in color. Something that I really was excited about that was not in the film. They go to the Garden of the Disappointed Mothers, where Jack has to try to get his mother to forgive him. And so they were supposed to be in this sort of totem garden, and we had the challenge of creating a world where these statues came to life, and one of them was his dead mother, and we had to have them be a set piece but be a costume, and so I think that it was really an exciting departure from a lot of things that you see. This is the head tiki mother, Nancy Opal. So it's all built on this sort of a foam pod. It opens up the back with Velcro. Then we painted some of the hospital gown spots onto this. This is based on to look like a tiki version of a hospital gown. Has her tiki totem headpiece. She's the only one that is not masked because we want to make sure that we recognize her as Jack's mom. And in order to make her tiki height, she has some very smartly built up boots. It's always exciting to be able to take a new work and make it into reality and get to see all the things that everybody has come up with. Specifically with this show, it's really exciting to be able to create something that is new from something that people have expectations walking in. If they know the film, if they know Jason Robert Brown, if they know they know Tony Danza, I think the accomplishment is being able to give them a new take on all of those things.
Come on, Las Vegas! Yeah!